colleagues, to the people of the territory, good day to the testifiers. I personally don't have much to say because I sat here and I also was listening prior to me coming into the chambers to the testimony, as well as listening to some of my colleagues. And I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed by this young lady and all that she has been able to accomplish over the years. The only thing I really wanted to ask, it really had to do with your ability to run and manage a business with over 25 employees here in the territory, especially in a field so specialized as environmental engineering. How do you see that having a business such as this in the territory? Is it really being supported, as well as do you see for long-term growth, because it's such a specialized niche? Could you please share a little bit about that? But in all honesty, from what you have presented here today and what you have shared with us, I am in full support of you, and congratulations. And I'm very, very proud to have Virgin Islanders such as yourself being placed in positions to help the Virgin Islands to progress. Thank you.
No problem. So it's not easy to, entrepreneurship is not easy. I think it's like building a house. If you knew what you were getting into, you would just never start. But then there's a passion, at least for me, in providing opportunities for other people. If there are other ways to make a living that would be a lot easier. But I think having boots on the ground, having the ability to show up to clients, to support them on a second notice is really valuable. St. Croix has a lot of industry, considering how small it is, and so in the past, a lot of those industries relied on stateside support, and we have developed our clientele, they see that, we're just as capable, and we have engineers in the Virgin Islands that can support them. And with all the government projects, every agency that we have worked with have become recurring clients because we pour our all into it, because it's our backyard. And so we want to make sure that we do it right, we do the right thing, and we show up as needed. Also, we're able to keep the costs lower because we're right here.
30 seconds.
That's really how we've been working and succeeding, and very excited when we're referred to other clients, just because they can see our passion to exist in the Virgin Islands and make sure that we provide a sustainable living to tax-paying citizens.
Time.
Is Senator Frances Heiliger, were you trying to make another comment?
Well, my mic was off, so but I
noticed it. I noticed it. That's why I asked.
Okay, I appreciate it. No, I just wanted to tell her again, thank you for that response, because it gives you some insight as to what has to be done here in the territory, especially for individuals in your particular area of work. So thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
And thank
Madam Chair. As it relates to Bill number 360028, I am in support of this particular lease agreement. I do support any opportunities we have to allow for our business owners to continue to participate when it comes to our economic growth. As it relates to Bill number 36-0038, this one has to do with increasing from $100 million to $500 million. At this current moment, I do not support it. I did hear one of my colleagues speak to an amendment that could possibly reduce this amount from $500 million downward. I will have to wait until if this passes this committee today, because I will be voting no in its current state. If it does reach to the Senate floor, I will have to wait to hear what that amendment is to see what that reduced amount will be to decide whether I will allow my vote to be in the affirmative or not. My concern with voting from going from 100 to 500 million, what is the real justification for it? I mean, what are there projects coming online? Are there just to give them an additional blank check for an additional 400 million to potentially put our territory in more debt? I am not supporting that. We have to make real responsible decisions in understanding and knowing what things are for, instead of just saying, hey, let's give it to them and we'll figure it out after. I don't support that. As it relates to bill number 360040, I 100% support this piece of legislation. We have a building that is not repaired, not fixed, dilapidated, concrete falling on the ground. We as a government isn't even taking care of this property. The problem I have is this is a very historical, vital piece to Virgin Islands history, this building. And if we have an opportunity for individuals to step in, it's not going to cost the government a dime. They're going to make sure not only rebuild this entire building, fix this entire building to a point that it's a museum, employ people for the next 100 years, guarantee its survival under a foundation, whether the individuals are here or not. And we're still complaining as to why we should do it. Maybe if we were not wasting money as a government, we would have had money to fix it ourselves instead of having to give it to outside people to lease it. Now, people are concerned about the 99-year lease, which personally I am not. I told somebody the other day, Hong Kong was leased to the British for a whole 100 years, and after the lease was up, they still had to turn it back over to China. A lease is a lease. The owner is still the owner. And that's just the fact.
1 minute.
And if somebody right now, Madam Chair, could I wrap up?
You may proceed.
If somebody right now is willing to invest into this territory to guarantee that a piece of our history is preserved, it allows for individuals from St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix to be able to be showcased in our museum, to be showcased with their projects. I support that 100%. Anything that will promote our territory and
30
preserve
seconds.
our people, I support it. So thank you very much, Madam Chair, for the additional time. Point of information to the chair, to legal counsel. Currently, this property is owned by the government of the Virgin Islands. As a government, do we collect taxes from ourselves on the same property?
No, Senator Francis Holliger.
Thank you. So either way, this is really about investing into the property. Thank you so much.
Point of